So it's annoying, right? When your parents give their opinion about somebody that you're dating when you don't even ask for their opinion, right? All right. Tinder is taking this thing one step further, but I guess they're asking for your opinion on Tinder when it comes to your parents, even before maybe you go out on this date.
Tinder has just announced a few new features, and one of them is a matchmaking option, and it allows you to send profiles to friends and family to let them weigh in on who you should go out with. So the idea is that it can help you find out if a potential match passes the friend and family test and if they'll get your parents' approval. Friends and family will also be able to recommend matches to you. So they'll be able to peruse and let you know who they think you should hook up with. The people who you invite to weigh in do not have to have Tinder accounts. And they aren't able to do anything on your behalf, including liking profiles or messaging potential dates. They can't do any of that. I don't know how logistically this works because, your rents don't have to have a Tinder profile. But they can weigh in and vote on who you should go out with.
So, Abby, let me ask you this first, and Mo, I'll ask you it as well. As a single folks on the show. Well, Mo, somewhat single.
Not at all.
Well, not at all
won't
now?
you let me be in a relationship?
I don't know.
Is it a committed relationship now?
It's been for a while.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Katie's also in here. You can ask Katie.
Hi,
Katie's
Katie.
single.
Hi, you can get in on this too.
I'll get you out of the hot seat, Mo. I'm like, he's had who he refers to as his lady for quite some time now.
You're right. I don't know what parallel world I'm living in. You're right.
You just want me to have problems.
I'm sorry.
Kristen's only been in a relationship for like 15 years, though, so she is single.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you more apt or less apt to take the opinion from your parents on dating?
Well, if I'm on Tinder, the last thing I want is my parents' opinion. For context, Tinder's kind of like the hookup app. Now, if I'm on Hinge, if I'm on Bumble, it's a little bit more serious, but the thought of sending my mom a profile, being like, hey, should this guy come over tonight at 2 a.m.? It's just so funny to
But
me.
forget about Tinder. Like, even in the real world, does she have credibility with you when it comes to people you're dating? Do you think she knows you really well, or do you think she knows you so well she really doesn't know who you'd be attracted to?
I think she does have a good idea. I just think she's more apt to lower her standards than I am. So sometimes I don't always trust who she comes to the table with because I think she's just, if she gets drunk enough, she'll bring just about anybody to my inbox.
All right, Katie, let me ask you this also because you're clearly not in a relationship.
Correct. I definitely trust what my mom says. I trust her gut, like 90%.
Haven't we done this with you before and your mom on the show? Where she selected who you were going to go out with?
Yes. And so I feel like my mom is right. I just go against her grain. And so that's why I end up in situations that didn't work out. She's like, I told you, you should have listened to me.
Now, if you're a new Bert Show listener, we used to have Katie's mom on here who would just look at a picture of somebody that Katie was going to go out with and make a judgment on who this person was.
Oh, she could read people like nobody's
And
business.
she could just read right. I mean, from that picture, she was
amazing,
spot on. It was so scary that she's like, I don't want to do that anymore because I think I'm hurting people's feelings.
Yeah, she was like, oh, this is not going to end well, Katie. This is bad.
The Bert Show.